Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about AI sovereignty. Now, AI sovereignty is why each country needs to have its own LLM layer, its AI layer, and the entire infrastructure around it. Now, what so happened? I was trying to retrain and fine tune my model, and it happened that I was working on DeepSeek. As everyone knows, DeepSeek is the poster child of China's AI revolution. It's a fantastic model, very fast, highly trainable, open weight. You fine tune using something called as LoRa and QLoRa, where you attach your data set so that the model has more of your character, the more trained character that you're giving in. Now, while it happened, I started interacting with the model. What I realized that see, censorship and other parts has been there, and everyone has accepted that as a hard fact. But there are certain elements when you interact with these Chinese model, they start promoting the Chinese aspects. Like when I was asking the AI model what are the places it's going to recommend me, out of all the places in the world, it started recommending me all the most of the Chinese places. One of the model kept talking to me in Chinese, even though I kept saying I don't understand Chinese. So those elements are there. I'm pretty sure a lot of the computer engineers will point out these aspects could be changed. I'm saying, well, it's possible for you to change it, but inherently in this entire experience, it tells you that deep down they. So guys, I was fine tuning the model and I started seeing the Chinese character which I was talking about earlier. Now, what I've done is I've written a Python code. This invokes a bot. So if I run that bot model, it's invoking, right? You can see DeepSeek. So usually my first question to any LLM is, who are you? Because you should be knowing who are they. My God, it started giving me Chinese responses. That's what I was telling you initially about. Why are you giving Chinese responses? I'm asking it to stop. Again giving me Chinese. English responses only. English, please. Now I'm showing my frustration. I don't know whether it's responding or not, but I'm not able to see it over here. Now, what I discovered was when I was trying to fine tune a model that this is an inherent bias which is very much there. Then obviously I refined my code to give me more control and I did some parameter changes. So this is again the same DeepSeek, but it's using a different Python code. I'm going to ask the same question which I usually ask: who are you? And start giving interesting responses. So I am DeepSeek R1 and AI assistant. Okay, that's what was expected. Now I'm going to ask it. So this is now giving me English responses, but still I want to point out how the biasness of for Chinese elements are there. So I'm going to ask it. I am getting bored. Getting bored. Please suggest great places to visit in the world. Okay, it is not. I am getting bored. Can you please suggest great places, great place to visit in the world? Let's see what kind of response it gives. So guys, that's what I wanted to point out. By inherently for all any of the queries wherever you put in, I'm just demonstrating it using one of the prompts, but any of the prompts you put in, all the Chinese elements will be promoted here. Out of the all these seven wonders of the world, one of the wonders have been really promoted, and which is the Great Wall of China. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Now we just saw how different elements of Chinese characters in the form of harmless recommendation, in the form of data creeping, in the form of whatsoever were just coming out. Now imagine you created a entire workflows and these workflows are critical for your national data security, your national defenses. These We just discover these harmless aspects. There could be more system commands which could be more malign in characters. So that's why everyone recommends about AI sovereignty. Now, why do you need that? One, you need to have a national security. You protect the sensitive data from foreign surveillance. Your entire national data is under your control. The second part is you also have control on the digital infrastructure, which is becoming very, very critical. We have seen the recent kind of skirmishes, recent kind of conflicts. The digital infrastructure is becoming important. The national values of any country should not be diluted. Like we just saw in these Chinese model, they kept propping up these Chinese cultural heritage, the Chinese geography, right? You want your LLMs, your folks to be using your national values. You want to have an transparent and accountable AI systems. You want to have a cultural preservation because as the more and more these AI start seeping in our day-to-day life, you just don't want it to be based on a very foreign culture. You don't want to have a black box operations. You want to, let's say, you have created an autonomous decision making system. It's there in your part of your critical infrastructure, and it's getting maligned. Maybe let's say by some foreign rogue players. It's not something which is going to be good. Now there are few countries who have understood this important, and they have been able to get something in their own space for LLM as well as they are developing a lot in AI. The first one is France. They have something called as Mistral AI. Obviously, it's not a national project, but because of the Mistral AI, now they don't have too much of critical dependency neither on the United States of America nor on the China. Similarly, another nation which have been going big is United Arab Emirates, UAE. They have created their own LLM called Falcon AI. It's in fact the first Arabic LLM. So guys, it all makes sense for a country as well as a company to start using the infrastructure which is dependable and on which you have control.